northern governors and traditional rulers are calling for the establishment of state police to tackle security challenges in the region and the country at large. The Northern Governors Forum met with the Northern Traditional Rulers Council to review the security situation in the north and other matters relating to its development across the country. They resolved to support the amendment of the Constitution to accommodate the establishment of state police across the nation. Well, for more on this, the former Commissioner of Police for the Federal Capital Territory, Lawrence Alobi, joins us now. Thank you so much for being on the news tonight.
Thank you for having me and good evening.
Joining us. Yeah.
Is it too early to say that state police is a done deal? And I'm asking because, I mean, this is at the Northern Governors. If you look at the dichotomy and the numbers, in the National Assembly, you have more Northern legislators. And if the governors are able to lobby, and the legislators are able to lobby and win over other opponents, would it be too early to say we have state police?
Yeah, the police is already there. The national police is there. The Constitution provides, Section 214, the Constitution provides for the Standard Nigerian Police Force. Actually, there have been a lot of calls for establishment of the state police. But the point is that the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are that the police are the homegrown, the natives of that within that state. The language advantage is there. They are concerned with the topography of the area and so forth. But again, the point is how mature are we as Nigerians? How we accepted Nigerians as our own country. Again, most states in this country are not economically viable to fund policing. Police and security is capital intensive. Some states can even pay salaries of their workers now. Security, policing and security is knowledge-based and technically driven. Technology today is the in thing that you can use to ensure effective policing and law enforcement. But today now, most Nigerian police force is so understaffed in terms of manpower. Look at what is happening between the Police Service Commission and the police force. The force is suffering because the manpower requirement is not being provided. And then again, the issue of the issue of deploying technology in policing and law enforcement. So most police stations don't even have vehicles. They don't even have arms, arms to fight crime. So these are the challenges that the state policing will bring. Because again, like I said, most states are not economically viable. They depend on the federal allocation, and when that one is spent, they begin to go back cap in hand, and it's challenging.
Yes, but I mean that is an argument that's been put forward so much, and those who are even against that argument say it is a one-out argument, because look, after all, they are saying you cannot have all 36 states go the way of state police. Now, why don't you allow the states that can handle it? States like Lagos State, for example, Rivers State, Kano, Kaduna, and the rest of them. Can't this, states that actually have at least some level of financial muscle, be able to go the way of state policing? But what do you think has changed now that Northern Governors Forum is saying, look, this is the only way forward if we're going to tackle Nigeria's security challenges? What do you think really has changed? Because before now, it looked like, it was a North against South situation.
Yeah, I think what we are saying that if maybe Lagos State that is very viable and Rivers State can have their own state policy,
and other viable
law must
states
have universal application. It doesn't be segmented. We apply some law in certain areas of selective enforcement or selective application. It has to have universal application. If Nigerian Constitution says state policy, then it must be applicable to all states in Nigeria. But then the issue of, I think the northern state governors and the traditional of the northern state region, then they are becoming very concerned about the state because this insecurity problem in the north is actually very disturbing. And they are concerned. And then the governors also know that Section 14B of the Constitution provides that the prime post of government, prime post of any government is the security and well-being of the citizens. And if the government cannot guarantee the security of the citizens, then that government is not worthy to be a government. So I think they are concerned and they want to ensure that they are trying to apply a problem-solving approach to issues. The problem is they're confronting them. They have to look for means of solving this problem. If the state police can solve the problem of bringing about security in Nigeria, oh well and good. But the point is that the challenges are there. If the challenge can be effectively addressed, if there are ways Amuteko in the southwest is doing a good job. If the regions can come together, if maybe they can be at the first stage, progressively, regions like the southeast, for instance, the south side and so forth, can come together with a contiguous state, and then come together, put together the resources, manpower. They can be able to at least protect themselves, guarantee the safety of the regions.
Is funding your only fear when you say state police brings its challenges? Because some will argue, I mean, proponents of state policing will say, already there's no state in Nigeria that is not funding police in their states. They afford them vehicles and everything. We see them all the time. So how's the difference?
For example, has a police fund.
No. So police, if in Lagos State, Mr. Smith and others are who championed this question of the police trust fund. It has been established at the national level, but how effective is it? You know, I was one of those who presented at the National Assembly for this police trust fund. In fact, it was during Mr. Smith's time. Then I was Deputy Commissioner of Police. We've had Senator Arua from Kaduna State. We went trying to go around to public hearing to establish police trust fund. It has been established at the national level, but how effective is it? The police themselves are not in control. That's the point in this country. You see, the police the unnecessary political control of the police is what it's actually causing most of the problem. If the police are independent, recently I just saw a few days ago the newly president of Kenya, William Ruto. He announced that to insulate the police and give the police political financial autonomy, the police have their funds direct to the police. Today in Nigeria, when they go for budgeting, for instance, they present budgets are based on needs. When the police present their needs, the National Assembly will cut it. Even amounts allocated, the finance will not release it. So the police are really going through terrible problem. So finance is key, because to finance, I do training. Finance get accommodation. Finance get weapons. Finance get vehicles. Finance get all that you need. Without finance, finance is the lifeway of any institution. Without finance,
it's not just finance. Yes, an appreciable challenge there that the police has. But I've heard some say, look, the balkanization of the Nigeria police too has weakened the capacity and efficiency of the police. I mean, dividing the police, you took NDLEA out of the police, DSS, EFCC, NFIU, etc., etc., etc.
I agree. You see, the one major problem in this country is that December last year, Mr. President launched the National Security Strategy. A few weeks ago, they launched a crisis management doctrine. What is lacking, that's a great lacuna, is that we don't have a national policing strategy or framework in this country. Policing has become all commerce affair, both state actors, non-state actors. So it's not like where everybody can come and fish, and at the end of this problem. If we have a national policing strategy or framework, the police, which the lead agency would give the direction, other agencies who are come and supportive will be able to know what to perform. When I was chief of operations, when any operation I organized, like the Commonwealth, the Queen was there. She came during the Commonwealth. She gave me her portrait, and so I will tell whosoever that the military, the other services are coming. I will tell you my need. I'll tell you where you need to assist me. But now the military have taken over policing. Okay. It's unfortunate, and that is not true for the police. We are mentalizing policing in Nigeria, and that it also affects our psychic. They see the military as the only one. The military is there to our external aggression and sovereignty. But policing should be left for the hands of the police, and the police should be empowered to do their job.
Okay, very quickly, we're almost out of time. Two things, because you've mentioned it in the course of this conversation. Mr. Musli Smith has just resigned today. Reports say on health grounds, but you worked with him. What are your thoughts on that resignation at a time like this? We do know the face-off. You've also mentioned the face-off between the PSC and the police force. Yeah. And secondly, you talked about Amotekun doing good in the southwest region, and you talked about regions coming together.
Yes.
Some will say the money we are spending on vigilante groups in the regions, why don't we pour the funds into the police force?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That if the regions states are contiguous, for instance, like southeast, southwest, south, like the southwest, for instance, the issue of this non-state actors like vigilante and so forth should not be there. If they have effective policing with adequate manpower, I think this will not require all these other actors.
In other words, what you're saying is it should start from regional policing. Then
regional policing can now snowball to state. If our time must have matured, issue of Mr. Smith resigning, I think you see, you need to be strong to do your job. He knows his health. I know the health probably is not good for him to do the job, because so I think he needs to rest. He has done so well for the force and for the country, and also in the Police Service Commission. So I think it's time.
You don't think it's anything to do with the face-off?
Exactly. No, I don't think so.
What do you think about that face-off? What do you think?
It's very unhealthy. It's very embarrassing for me, because the police and the Police Service Commission is there to oversight function of the police. They do then recruitment. You see, what is the cause of the problem is that the Police Service Commission will do recruitment of police constables, and the IG says under the Police Act, the police is supposed to recruit and train. So if the point thing there for them to agree, what are they contesting for? What interest do they have? If they have interest of Nigerian police force and the security of this country, they should be not contention at all. For me, that's what they should come and agree. If we serve the best interest, okay, you have the capacity to recruit and train, to screen and so forth. Okay, let's work together as a team. You know, nobody owns this. Nobody owns the police force, owns the country. We should work together for the good of this country.
Very well said. A good place to leave it. Lawrence Alobi, former Commissioner of Police, FCT. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.